Hi Cancer, how are you? My name is Sharon. This is Daily Dose of Galaxy. We're going to be doing your energy reading right now, and I don't think of this as a time limit sort of thing or a time frame. If I do feel a date, I'll tell you, but I also feel that you'll find this whenever you're meant to find this. Um, Before we started, or before I started recording, I was shuffling and the Tower card fell. Um, I'll make a video about tower moments, probably like, I'm looking at my calendar, I think like next week. So you'll hear more about it. But one thing I want to tell you is whenever things fall apart, I just want you to be mindful that there is always a reason. There's a, it's sort of like those, it's like this. You may be hesitant about living a situation, and the universe is like, I've told you a million times that you need to let that go, and you just won't listen. So I'm gonna push your limits and show you that you're able to let it go. And it may not be in the way you like it, but it's gonna help you grow. One, two, what I'm gonna give you in return, it's gonna be a lot better. So just keep that in mind. And hold on, sorry, I'm trying to figure this out. Sorry about this. Yeah, okay. So let's go. I'm gonna be pulling 9 cards for you, and then I'll show you what's at the bottom of the deck. The Magician. Cups. The 9 of Swords is at the bottom of the deck. 9 of Swords energy is this energy of like anxiety, depression, nightmares. So you could be connecting with your higher self in the, and I don't know how I got this, okay? In the dream realm, and you think it's a dream, but in reality is a more meaningful connection. Do pay attention to those moments, and do pay attention to whatever it is that maybe you perceive as a nightmare, but in reality is trying to show you something that you will be able to like handle if it like if you were to experience it in your day-to-day reality. But also I feel like the universe is trying to push you with the Tower card confirmation into doing something that you feel that you can't do, or you're not capable of, or like you won't survive if that's what happens. So let's start. Your reading starting off with the card of the Magician. The Magician, if you listen to my Mercury retrograde video, which I uploaded earlier this week, is the representation of Mercury in tarot, right? So it's this. For you, Cancer, I'm feeling this as this period of Mercury retrograde that we're experiencing, and let's say you're listening to this in January or you're listening to this in May, it's an opportunity for you to do internal healing and really come to the understanding that you do not need anyone to confirm or like, yeah, to say, yes, you're doing great. No, all you need is within you to heal and to like, I guess, to serve as affirmation that you're in a good path, right? That's one thing. Two, I think that a lot of you guys need to refocus, or that is going to be a challenge. It's like, how do I refocus my mind and my power to me instead of the outside world? How do I become this oneness between my higher self and my physical self? Because I feel like for some of you guys there may be a disconnect that you're experiencing without being aware of it, right? And how do you know, right? Like, or how would I know? Things just seem to not be going the way you want them to. And again, it could be we are all stubborn, and I'm like one of the biggest, like most stubborn people that you will ever meet. But it's like you keep trying to make something work that is not part of your next cycle of life. So stop forcing it to fit in. And why do I say that? The next card that came up was the Five of Cups. It's like there's something that you feel has been lost. And a lot of you guys, I'm sensing this relationship just because, yes, typically there's the three cups in the floor and then like two cups hold like still on the table. But I'm really drawn to this. Like, some of you guys may be in this energy of like trying to work a relationship, trying to work out, trying to make a relationship from the past work. And there is no reason to do that because, one, I feel like it came at a moment where you needed to experience that person and there was an energetic exchange and it was meant to happen. But it's like you're on the other side and you're not looking at things. You're still looking at how that relationship broke you, or how, like, how do you put the pieces back together. But that's not meant to happen. You're meant to go on. The Queen of Swords. Um, the Queen of Swords energy, in this sense, what I'm getting is you need to start being honest with yourself and really, again, those dreams that I told you about, it's like listen to what your higher self is trying to tell you. Listen to your intuition, which is super important because you're Cancer, right? Um, listen to, take that journey of like, what is really best for me, not for someone else. And I know, Cancer, that's out of your nature, right? Because you want to make sure that everyone's okay, everyone around you is as happy as they could be, and even if you have to sacrifice your own happiness. But it's like, for once in your life, in this Mercury retrograde period, take this hermit mode and dive deep within and find, what is it that I want, what is it that I need at this moment, and moving forward, right? What haven't I done for myself that I somehow have relied on somebody else doing for me? Why is it that I rely on someone else? If you think, I don't know, a relationship from the past will make your present be better, I want to tell you something. You know, we come to this earth alone and we leave alone. So what are you going to do? Right? And I know it's super harsh and totally bitchy, I know. But honestly, if you feel like you can't live without someone, what is going to happen the day you have to? If you feel that you need somebody else to complete you, does that mean you're hollow or void in a way? No, you're not. So stop thinking that you depend on someone else. Okay, moving on. Eight of Wands. I feel like a lot of you guys are gonna get messages from that ex, and part of this journey is gonna be like, how do I handle them? Do I respond to them? Do I make them happy right now by responding to them? Because if not, they're gonna be mad, or they're gonna think I don't love them anymore. Well, what if you think about yourself first? What if you think about what it is that I need to do? The Hangman. The Hangman is this energy of like feeling like your world is upside down. One, two. Feeling like you're always bound to whatever somebody else's wishes are about what you should or how you should be acting. And it's sort of like, could you for once take some moment to think about yourself and about what you want? And I feel like there's a sense of wisdom that you will reach if you were to do that. A wisdom that you have somehow neglected, and a wisdom you have prevented yourself from experiencing. The Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups is this energy of like a new emotion or like a new experience that causes us a lot of like emotional happiness. Like, it can be happiness, but it's just emotional overwhelmness in a good sense, right? I feel though that emotional overwhelm or like that happiness is something that you're able to experience on your own if you allow yourself to experience that. I was recently talking to someone about this concept of like the other half, right? I believe in soulmates, yes. I believe in twin flames, yes. But I don't think we're halves. Because if we were halves of someone, that would be super sad. That would mean that you're not living your life to a full potential on a day-to-day basis, and that you need to find that someone. And if you were not to, like, let's say you, because this happens, right? We don't meet our twin flames in every single lifetime. Does that mean you're gonna live a life feeling void? No, right? That shouldn't be a thing. I feel like a lot of you guys are gonna find that emotional potential and fulfillment within yourself if you allow it to happen, if you allow that flow to take place. The Ace of Wands. I feel like there's a lot of, deep down, there's a lot of passion and desire to experience something new, to sort of like live a new life, live a new experience, and you're not allowing that to happen at the moment, but something will trigger that change. And that is by looking at things from a different perspective. Because if you look at the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Wands follow the Hangman. So if you were to look at things differently, if you were to switch your perspective and stop looking at the past and stop looking at what somebody else is gonna say, or gonna like, or somebody else feels about your behavior or your actions, you will allow a shift to happen within you, and that shift will lead to a better flow, or I guess not a better flow, but a more peaceful flow. The Moon card. The Moon card, Cancer, is your energy, but what I'm also feeling really strongly is that full moon in Cancer, which happens on January 17th, which is your sign, right? You are the sign of emotions, you are the sign of feelings, and your feelings are going to be at a peak that day. I feel that all this back and forth emotions could be something that you experience on that day, but also, I always say, I think I said it in my Mercury retrograde video, I am planning on isolating myself and not doing anything that day. Why? Because I know my feelings. I am a Scorpio, so I explode, right? But also, I want to make sure that I don't say something on impulse. If I were you and if I were a Cancer, what I would do is sort of take that day for myself. And if I need to process all these emotions and all these feelings, I'm going to do it on my own, because at the end of the day, if I'm not okay, how am I supposed to make sure that somebody else is okay? The journey of a lot of Cancer signs is to embark on this back and forth dance with a narcissist. And I feel that a lot of you guys, and it's funny because you're the third reading that I do, and I don't typically pick up on narcissist energy, and I'm picking up on so much narcissist energy today. A lot of you guys need to acknowledge whether or not, or evaluate whether or not you're in a relationship with a narcissist that is pushing you to say yes when you feel like saying no, or do things when you just feel like resting. Have that conversation with yourself, have that inner journey, that like, do the shadow work and really go deep within and figure out what it is that you want. Not what somebody else's expectations of what you should want are, but what is best for you. If you were to go back to source today, what is that story that you're telling? We're closing with the Explorer of Wands, which is also the Knight of Wands. There is a new passion igniting, but also I take this because what I'm picking up is big Mercury retrograde energy. Make sure that you don't act out of passion of the moment. You know, it's super easy to fall into that. You know that recently my brother and I were talking about the walk of shame. Think if you're acting because you really want something, or if tomorrow you'll be like, oh my gosh, what did I just do? Okay. We have the Elder of Cups at the bottom of the deck. That's the King of Cups. One, that is your energy, right? Well, you're the Queen of Cups technically, but it's a water sign. So do focus on yourself. Do focus on what it is that you need at this moment. Do step into your own power. But also, maybe you're dealing with a water sign. So another Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. But do you see how that fish is like emerging from the shadows into the cup, the fulfillment, that cup? It's like, I'm not going to say have the courage because I know you have it. Allow yourself to go through that journey of going down to shadow work and just emerge into a full cup by yourself. Not a half cup, a full cup. Okay, Cancer. Lastly, I'm gonna give you. I feel like I need no. I'm gonna do one of each. This is an oracle card message. Acceptance. I'm feeling this again. This higher self energy. I think that a lot of you guys, it's like your higher self is trying to tell you something, and you need to step up to you need to allow yourself to listen. When I do personal readings, a lot of people ask me, how do I know? Like, how do I connect with my guides, or how do I listen? I find that depending on your sign, it's the medium, right? Or the conduit. I'm a water sign too, so showers help me a lot. Baths, just quieting everything down and listening to your inner voice. That is your higher self. Listening to your thoughts, and maybe that is something that you should do on that full moon. Take a bath, relax, put some salt in the water, Epsom salt, and just listen to your intuition. Reconnect with that. Find whatever is hidden within. Okay, and I said I was gonna pull one from here. Never-ending story. I think that is more of the question. Are you in a never-ending story? Do you feel like you've been going in cycles with someone? And if so, have the conversation with yourself, but do it from a place of love, not for the person, for you. Because again, at the end of the day, you're one soul, one full cup. Okay, Cancer, I hope you enjoyed the reading. I know it was harsh. I'm hating myself for it. But I love you guys. Take care.